that Minister Guilbeault, the federal environmental minister, I couldn't believe what he said the other day. They're no longer going to fund building roads and highways.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what are we doing? Are we going to be riding on horseback or bicycles or whatever? But I didn't realize that he held the infrastructure minister portfolio, which he doesn't. But this is the same guy, Guilbeault, that chains himself to trees in the CN Tower, and he's an extremist.
Even Google agreed that they should do this. Google will pay $100 million to help Canadian journalism in this country.
I'm asking you, Minister, one last time. You saw it with your own eyes. You saw what happened. Are you not willing to admit that clearing more forest and using more prescribed burns could have prevented the town of Jasper from being burned down?
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
After he climbed the CN Tower in 2001, he was arrested for doing this as part of Greenpeace.
Yeah.
Here's what he was like 10 years ago.
Greenpeace is climbing the world's tallest building today to tell the world not to be fooled by the Liberal government. As the talk on climate change starts, we want to tell the world that the Bush and Canadian administration are out to kill the Kyoto Protocol.
Gang, what's up? Aaron here, Canadian Looney. How's everybody doing? So, what a strange time in Canada. There has been so much duping and fooling of Canadians. Elbows up. We can start there.
All right. Elbows up. Elbows up.
What we do here is show you the things that I'm basing my opinions on.
Happy birthday. A few days short. A few days short, but didn't have a chance to see you on the day.
I share some of my opinions. I do a little bit too much of that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you.
Reticent to talk about that.
Because I'm a good negotiator. I have negotiated a number of situations in the past. I know how to manage crises.
Why it is I think the way I think, like the evidence that I see. Today, we'll get into something very interesting.
These are Muslim values. These are Canadian values.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
These guys, like today we're going to take a peek at Steven Guilbeau in this video. He is a lunatic. He used to be a criminal, like working for Greenpeace, climbing towers. Now he's right honorable Minister Canadian Heritage, I think. Maybe they changed the name of that, whatever, like for a distraction. But when he was the Minister of the Environment, I mean, he's the carbon tax guy. He is a lunatic, in my opinion. Let's show why I think that.
Oh, yeah. He was arrested for doing this as part of Greenpeace.
Yeah.
Here's what he was like 10 years ago.
Greenpeace is climbing the world's tallest building today to tell the world not to be fooled by the Liberal government. As the talk on climate change starts, we want to tell the world that the Bush and Canadian administration are out to kill the Kyoto Protocol.
Unprecedented fire season is the new normal. Does that necessitate more aggressive action to deal with it? I spoke with Environment Minister Steven Guilbeau to ask him just that in the smoke outside on Parliament Hill. Have a listen.
Hi, Minister. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I appreciate you making the time.
It's my pleasure.
I feel like we woke up in Ottawa, in Montreal, in Toronto today with something we are not used to at all, right? And we see it right now, the smoke, and you can actually smell it for people who are watching. You can taste it. What does that say to you?
Well, in our nation's capital today, the air quality index is worse than it is in Mexico City, than it is in Jakarta, that it is in many Indian city like Kolkata. And that is a direct result of the forest fires. And people would say, well, we've always had forest fires. What's new? Well, this year, the area that's being burned is 10 times the normal average. In Alberta, we've almost surpassed 2016, which was one of the worst years in terms of forest fires. Fort McMurray had to be evacuated. It's the worst year in Nova Scotia for forest fires. It's likely the worst year in Quebec. And today is June 6th. We're not in the middle of July. We're not at the end of the month of August. We're at the beginning. We're not even in summer yet. So it is likely going to be a very difficult summer from the point of view of heat, of dryness, and of forest fires in Canada.
How many kids did you molest with Jeffrey Epstein?
More than just elbows.
It was embarrassing, and it was shameful, and it was an event that should not have happened.
Bonjour. Hello, I'm here to comment briefly, unfortunately, on the PBO's latest report on carbon pricing. And for your benefit, I would like to read you the first paragraph of the report. Considering only the fiscal impact of the federal fuel charge, PBO estimates that average household in each of the backstop provinces in 2030-2031 will see a net gain, receiving more from the Canada carbon rebate than the total amount they pay in federal fuel charge. That's what the PBO report says.
Oh, yeah. Just I got told I only have about a minute left. So just very quickly, do you still stand by your conclusion that the majority of Canadians are worse off with the carbon tax when you factor in all those economic costs, lost wages, lost investment opportunities, those types of impacts?
As a result of the fuel charge and the carbon pricing regime at large. So it's including the output-based pricing system.
Okay. Well, one more quick question. Sometimes the Liberals criticize your reports because they say you haven't factored in the cost of climate change. But my understanding is that that is because with or without the carbon tax, Canada will experience consequences from climate change. Is that correct? In other words, that the carbon tax doesn't magically wave away the impacts that Canada, it doesn't create a bubble around Canada at all. So can you just confirm that under both scenarios, with or without a carbon tax, the cost of climate change would still be felt by Canadians?
I'm not a climate scientist, but based on the scientific consensus, it needs concerted global action for climate change to stop getting worse. So Canada acting alone is not sufficient. So yes, that's as much of a confirmation as I can give.
So even with the carbon tax, Canadians will continue to pay the cost of climate change?
Unless everybody else reduces their emissions significantly.
Thank you very much.
So now's the time to clear the air on Pierre Poilievre's big lie to Canadian. He's been misleading Canadian. The PBO is very clear. More Canadians get money back from the Canada carbon rebate than what they pay.
Question. I just wanted to confirm one more time that given even this report, given all the information we have today, including whatever error, which I think was corrected by you rightfully, Mr. Giroux, that at the end of the day, that a majority of households will be worse off when you factor in the economic and fiscal impacts of the carbon tax scam.
We know it's true if you factor the fuel charge and the output-based pricing system. We are in the process of updating our analysis to isolate the impact of the fuel charge.
But that conclusion will not change, in your opinion.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Did you not hear this? Now they're going to put him in control, like of where they could put pipelines and your internet access, like what you're going to be allowed to watch and see. It's up to Steven Guilbeau, right? Gosh.
Mr. Speaker, baseless smears like that are why these Liberals can't be trusted to regulate speech in this country. For years, this Liberal government has determined to censor what Canadians see and say online. From Bill C-11, which put the Liberals in control of YouTube algorithms, to Bill C-18, which squeezed out small and independent media, and to their thought crime Bill C-63. Now we learn in the National Post that cabinet ministers over there are all clamoring over who gets to be responsible for the latest online censorship law. So will the minister who gets to censor what Canadians say please reveal themselves now?
The Honourable Minister.
Even Google agreed that they should do this. Google will pay $100 million to help Canadian journalism in this country. An international US-based company would agree to do that, but the Conservative Party of Canada would vote against this, would prevent that from happening, would want to prevent our media from getting $100 million so that there's more local content, more journalists hired in our newsroom across the country. It is simply unthinkable. It is immoral, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, yeah. We're trying to show Canadians what I'm learning and what I base my opinions on. Most of the time, we cover Parliament.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
These Liberals forced through one piece of censorship legislation after another. Bill C-18, which of course stops the spread of news on social media outlets. Bill C-11, which controls what Canadians can see and say online. And then came Bill C-63, which is bloated censorship legislation, which actually brought in an internet czar and controls freedom of speech. The Liberals claim that this is a, quote, new government, so my curiosity is this. Whoever is in charge over there, of course, will they commit to respecting Canadians and, of course, stop censoring them?
L'honorable ministre de l'identité.
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, for decades we've witnessed journalists losing their jobs, newsrooms shutting down, and local media going bankrupt. Access to fact-based information from coast to coast to coast is essential to keep Canadians informed. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, my Conservative colleague did not believe that preserving this pillar of our democracy is important. On our side, we chose to pass the Online News Act to ensure that journalists can continue their important work for our country, for our democracy, for our Canadian unity.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
But when they're not in session, what are you going to do? We cover the news. That's it. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you'd like to learn more about Canadian federal politics, hit that subscribe, get notified. We do live shows, especially when everything is in session. Anyhow, Aaron Canadian Looney, thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.
Oh, yeah. Hi, everyone. Congratulations, you're spending more money on taxes than on food, clothing, and shelter combined.
How many kids did you molest with Jeffrey Epstein?
More than just elbows. These are Muslim values. These are Canadian values.
Anyhow, what are you going to do? Trying to keep you informed. Aaron Canadian Looney trying to hit 30,000 subs. Help me get there. Thank you for watching this video. We'll catch you in the next one. Later, gang.